My next guest this evening is a representative for Channce Condit. I see him out of the corner of my eye. This is Chance. Welcome.
How you doing,
Good.
Athens?
Come on in just a little bit closer. There we go. Thank you for stopping by. I wasn't sure if your dad was going to be able to make it or if you would be here. I know you called into the radio show the other day
I did.
for him. So
I did.
he's out walking
He's
the
out-
last neighborhoods, huh?
He is out walking in Modesto, and my dad has a great habit of walking all day, and he sometimes loses track of time, and that is a reason why I'm here tonight. So.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and I see that. Oh, it's Gary tonight. Hi.
Yeah, there's my brother Gary.
Yeah, I thought it might be
Gary
Cooper.
Condit.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And then my girlfriend Lauren in the back.
Oh, hi, Lauren. Come on in. We'll have the whole
So,
family
yeah.
here. So good. Well, I'm glad you could make it this evening, and I just want to check on the time. Good. We have a solid 20 minutes with you. So I would like to ask you some of the questions concerning your dad's campaign, Chad Condit, at
Yeah.
chadcondit.com.
That's correct.
But also your involvement, since you're the one sitting in the seat tonight, your involvement with his campaign. So I know that he's been out walking neighborhoods, doing meet and greets.
Yeah.
How has that been going? About how many people has he actually met?
Oh, I couldn't even give an estimate on the number of how many people we have physically talked to, whether it be door to door. We've had chats with Chad. I think we had a good 23 chats. 26. See, I've
yeah.
lost count.
Yeah.
I've lost count through last couple months. It's just been, it's been amazing experience. My dad contacted me to come be his campaign manager. I'm only 22 years old, and he must have thought I had pretty big, broad shoulders to carry the weight of that responsibility, and I hope that I am doing it justice. But the personal touch, it's so important, and it's what is lacking in politics today. Like Mr. Gregory was saying, you know, the folks, they like to ask for your vote, but when elected, they don't they want to represent you, but they don't want to live by you. They like to fly back east, and that has become a trend, a fashionable trend in politics with politicians. And I will assure everyone, you and everyone watching, that my father will not, he will break that trend. He will not move back east. He will not go sell out or play the game, to say. He will not be just a regular, you know, old politician. He will be the people's candidate, and he will be the people's choice. And hopefully the people do choose Chad Condit tomorrow on June 5th. So we're very excited, very excited. I can't wait to see all the hard work pay off. And I have a good feeling that it will pay off tomorrow.
You have had probably the busiest Facebook page I have seen. I try to follow all the candidates who have been on the show and those who have not. I try to follow their mailers, their emails that they send out. I try to do as much research as possible, their Facebook pages, and I have to say that Chad Condit's Facebook page is extremely busy, as well as some TV commercials.
That is correct. I See Purple Independent PAC funded a commercial for us. I'm sure you saw it.
I saw two different
red
ones.
and blue.
Yes.
So
I thought that was interesting, being a art teacher. I was going to say a retired art teacher, but
Yeah.
I will be teaching art this summer. Taking the red and the blue and making purple, because he's made that analogy with the Democrats. and
that is the
Republicans.
story behind my father choosing the color purple as his, you know, running colors. So that is the story, and then I See Purple did an amazing job with the commercial, and I applaud them for it.
He is running as an independent.
Yes.
So go ahead and take a minute or two and tell the viewers why running as an independent is different and also important.
Well, we are the different candidate. We are out to make a difference. That's my dad's slogan. Make a difference, vote independent. And I think it's great timing. I don't know if you guys schedule it that way, but to follow Mr. Gregory, where he was talking about in China how it's already slotted who you're going to vote for or pick to lead you. And really, Dad's choice to run as an independent the belief behind that is that the Democratic National Party, the Republican National Party, has already pre-picked who's going to represent you. And we need to break that cycle. That's not right. We shouldn't just be force-fed this candidate or force-fed that candidate. We need to get away from that. That's very dangerous, and that's not what our country's about. We need to choose the candidate based on the person, not based on dollars and cents. Now, we are independent. We don't have the money that the Republicans have or the Democrats have. We just have the folks in the district, and I believe we have the right message. Our message resonates with both local Republicans, local Democrats, whether they be independent, decline to state, everywhere I've walked. And I've walked not as much as Dad, but close to as much as he has, whether it be in Ceres, Ripon, Manteca, Tracy. We've walked all over. And everybody is fed up. They all say, "You're right. What party is he?" I say he's an independent. He's no party preference. And you say, well, you know what? He's right on track. Because both parties aren't getting it done back east. They're not getting it done. And it's time for a change, a real change. This is something that is monumental, something that will shake up the system. And that's what we need. We need something fresh. We need something new, something local, something about the Central Valley. And that is my dad's message, he's a pro-Central Valley guy. He's the Central Valley candidate. And I hope he's everyone's pick out there. That would really mean a lot to me and mean a lot to the Valley, of course, because we need to start seeing results. We need to stop being skipped over for Sacramento, for LA, for the Bay Area. We need leverage, and that is key in being an independent. You don't have to be beheld to Miss Pelosi or Mr. Boehner, but you're beheld to the constituents here in the Valley. And that's what our independence is all about. And if we don't have, that's what our country was founded upon, independence, and we need it. We need to restore our independence here in the Valley. So I hope we can do that.
You were saying a minute ago about the Republicans and Democrats are not getting the job done.
Yeah, I think it's obvious they're not. I mean, look at the last 10 years. Look at the money, $14 trillion in debt. I mean, they're obviously not getting the job done. I mean, the housing crisis. This area has been hit the hardest, and we still just fall in line, vote how they want us to vote. It's not right. We can't take it anymore. We've been given a bad check. And when you're given a bad check, you better go find out where your cash is, so to say. So, I don't know, we need to change. We need to make a difference.
Now, your dad, Channce Condit, has not run for public office before, has he?
No, he was going to run back some years ago. He had filed his papers, but no, he has never officially run for an office campaign. But
so this is kind of new and fresh to him.
For him, for all of us, this is my first go at, the whole campaign thing, and I mean, we're just going day by day, and he's doing an amazing job. He's doing an amazing job, and I mean, he's had a great model to go off of. So he's doing amazing.
You have jumped into this just like your dad has jumped into this.
Yes.
With both feet and
head first.
Okay.
We went head first.
How has this affected your life? I know that you moved back from out of town to
Yes.
help with your dad's campaign. I know that it's been a whole family effort. It hasn't just been the candidate. It's kind of like we are not just getting one candidate, we are getting the entire family because the whole family has been behind this campaign. How has this affected your life, Channce? How has this affected your life personally?
Well, Ed, honestly, Athens really hasn't. Public service has always been part of our roots in our family. My great grandfather being a minister, and my granddad, of course, with his famous public service career. Even my dad enlisting into the Navy when I was just a little boy. I mean, he didn't have to do that, and I'm honored to kind of take on the torch and kind of, because I look up to everyone in my family who has taken on the duty of public service, and I hope to do so one day, and I hope I'm doing my dad proud.
I was going to ask you that question, if you've been bitten by the political bug, but I think so.
Well, I don't know if it's the political bug or if it's just doing the right thing. I don't think it should be totally political. I think it should be about what's right and what's wrong. I think that's what, my dad's not trying to capitalize on politics. Our family's not about capitalizing on anything. It's about what's right for the valley, for our hometown. I grew up here. My baby brother Gary was born in Modesto. My little brother Cooper, who's 16, was born in Modesto. We love this area. I went to Carroll Fowler Elementary School. I went to Virginia Parks. I went to Modesto Christian Elementary and Middle School as well. And I've grown up around this area. I know my father has lived majority of his life, 36 some odd years here. I mean, this is our home, and our home it's under attack. It is under attack, and we need to restore our home with a good, solid base. That is what is lacking, is the platform of our home. And when you don't have a base, you don't have anything. So, this is what we need to do because it's right, not just purely off of politics. It's personal. It's not necessarily politics for me, per se, and I would feel my dad would agree. It is a personal thing. We are connected 100% to this district. I feel this district is as much of me as my heart is as much of me. It's what beats within my chest. I love this area, and my dad loves it. Very passionate about it.
What is there about this area that you love so much that and your dad, that he would sacrifice his job and his time and getting out there and talking to hundreds and thousands of strangers about this area and wanting to represent this area? What is there about this place?
Well, see, the thing about this area is it's not necessarily strangers. It's your neighbor. It's who you know. It's who you grew up with. It's who you went to school with. This area, I just know from living in Ceres and living in a small town, it's community oriented. It's all about community. It's almost like everyone is connected or knows somebody one way or another. It's just everybody, it's a universal central, you only can know this if you've grown up around here and you've been in the valley. We're all connected in one way or another around here. That's why we need to unify. That's why we need to help one another. And we need to come together and just put the party politics aside and do what's right for one another, do what's right for your neighbor, and do what's right for the district. And that's what it's all about.
Do you think that we have proper representation now, or have had for the last 2 years?
Well, I think this, the proof's in the pudding. I don't think the Central Valley is represented well enough, at least. I think we continue to get looked over, as I mentioned, for the Bay Area and Sacramento and LA, and we're going to continue to get looked over if we do not take a serious look at what's going on. And until that happens, we're just going to be forced to take what we're giving. And I'm tired of, and I'm sure a lot of people are tired of just laying down to the parties or whoever it might be, and we need to stand up. We need to take our district back, our hometowns back, and we need to take our country back. And this is where it starts. It's right here, in the Central Valley, in Ceres, California. That's where it starts. So Let's take it back, Athens.
What is another one of the points of your dad's campaign besides community service and working with one another?
That's what we're all about. We're about being able to be accessible to people. We're able, I mean, people can reach out to us and touch us. We're not untouchable. We're not living in Virginia or DC where our current representatives live. We're down on Acorn Lane, right down the street from Athens Abell show. I mean, people can, walk up, knock on our door if they want. They can give us a call. Our headquarters is also down the street at Casey Moving Systems. We are right here, and we're not going anywhere. And if elected, I know my dad will be in the same spot. It may be down on Acorn. He may, be down the street from Acorn where I grew up on Myrtlewood. I mean, we will be accessible. Whether you disagree with our politics or not, we're going to hear you out. And I ask that you hear my dad out, whether you agree with him or not, because we will listen. We may not agree, but we will listen, and that's what is missing. The Republicans, the Democrats, they disagree, so they're not willing to listen to one another. And that's not going to solve any problems. That's what's lacking, is they're only willing to fight. They're not willing to come together. So let's come together. Like the Beatles said, Athens.
That reminded me of the song.
Yeah.
It was like, I've heard that saying before.
Yeah, there you go.
So, okay, where can we find, well, we can find you on Facebook, Channce
Yes, you can
Condit.
find me at Facebook. Contact me, Channce Condit at chadcondit.com is my email address. You can email the campaign. Get involved. Tonight we're phone banking. I'm actually going to go to headquarters and phone bank after your show. Tomorrow is a historic day. It's a monumental day. And I urge everyone out there to take advantage of the moment, to get involved, to come down and help us at the headquarters. We're meeting at 11 o'clock, and we're going to be making the final push until polls close. So get involved. This is something's going on here in Ceres, California. So.
And where can we find your dad? I mean, besides campaign
You
headquarters.
can,
tomorrow.
you can find Chad. He's going to be knocking on your door soon, and I might be with him. But Facebook, Chad Condit at Facebook. You could go to his Twitter, at Chad Condit. Our website is amazing, chadcondit.com. So.
Did you happen to bring any signs tonight? I don't know. Lauren, do you happen to have any flyers with you tonight? Because I know your dad brought some last night.
Oh.
And he was holding it up. Visuals are always great. So.
Visuals are great. I am sorry.
Pretend that he's holding one of those flyers.
I am sorry. I apologize.
It's Concord Grape Purple.
Okay.
So,
See, I'm not as seasoned as my dad. This is my first
This is your
televised
first-
interview.
Yes.
So he's more of a veteran than I am. He knows when to bring a sign. And I only brought myself and my baby brother, and my girlfriend, my pretty girlfriend back there. So I apologize to the viewers.
That's okay. Sometimes we have people sitting in the studio audience, so it's always nice to tell them hello. And I appreciate always when your brothers come to videotape as well.
Yes.
That's always nice to have that up on the Facebook page too.
Yes.
Normally it's Cooper, and tonight we have Gary, so nice to have you here, Gary.
They do an amazing job with the videos they do. So.
They do. So thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming over this evening because you are busy phone banking and walking, and quite frankly, I'm very impressed that a campaign manager, son or otherwise, is here to talk to me about the candidate's campaign. Not only here on TV, but you will leave here and you'll go make phone calls.
That is what it's all about. That is what public service should be. And politicians have forgotten that. And we should remind them who's in charge. Come tomorrow, let's remind them. So,
Sounds good.
Thank you, Athens.
Chance.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and be sure to tell your family I said hello.
I will. We'll
Okay.
see you soon. Thank you.
You bet. That is Chad Condit, actually Channce Condit for chadcondit.com. If you would like to reach them on Facebook, you may do so. And also, please watch this in the replay. If you're just tuning in now, you can see the replay sometime between now and tomorrow afternoon. The On Watch shows here on KBSB replay an additional 4 times over the following 24 hours of the live broadcast between 6 and 7 p.m. So I'd like to thank you for joining us this evening here live, and you can also see previous shows in smaller clips on YouTube at youtube.com/Mrs. Athens Abell. Thank you very much for being on watch with me this evening and during this exciting election cycle. Good night.